Hello and welcome from the Industry of Things World Asia 2018 here in Singapore. I'm here with Francisco Castillo from Maynilad Water. Hi Francisco and
Hi.
Welcome to the conference.
Hi, good morning.
First of all, I would like to ask you to introduce yourself, your background to us.
I'm Francisco Castillo, as you mentioned. I'm the CIO and Senior Vice President of Maynilad Water. So I handle all the technology aspects within our company.
Tomorrow morning you will be holding a keynote on the promises and challenges of IoT, IT and IoT. So can you tell me a bit more about your keynote and what you will present?
I start with just giving some examples of things we've done and then move on to the real challenges, because of course, although everything looks very nice, we all know that there's a lot of challenges to achieving that, and especially on the change management and people side of it. So I'll be discussing some of the approaches that we've taken in order to try and overcome these.
From your own experience at Maynilad Water, what are the main challenges and the best approach for companies to retrofit their old systems with sensors and IoT technologies?
Well, that's a very difficult question to answer, and I guess it would depend on the company itself. But as I mentioned, usually the largest challenge is really more on the people side. Technology also has its thing, but it's really more the change management and the adoption of things. So I would say that the best approach is really to find a good business case and start with that.
With the rise of IoT and the new technologies, we also see a lot of security concerns. So from your own point of view, what do you see as the main security challenges or the main issues that we have to deal with?
Yes, it's a concern, and of course everything has to be done in a very secure way. And so probably the most important thing is to take into account security right from the very start, not later on. And having said that, I mean, really upon architecting the solution, it has to be architected in a very secure way using a proper secure architecture. Otherwise, it's very hard later on to retrofit or to do something when it's already in place.
When we look at the future of the IoT space, how do you see the ecosystem transforming in the next 2 to 3 years, let's say?
Well, it's definitely transforming. The interesting thing is that there's a lot of players, and it's still all very much in flux in terms of standards, in terms of even who are the main suppliers or who are the strong agents in this space. So I think what will happen is eventually it will consolidate. But as of today, it's very hard to know which direction it will take, because it's really very dynamic and it's all in flux. So I think different companies taking very different approaches.
Do you see any specific industries being affected most or less, for example?
Well, I think they will be all affected to varying degrees. Probably the most would be first manufacturing, and all those industries facing the customers in terms of retail. But the rest, I think, would follow.
What are your first impressions of the conference so far?
So far, it's very good. I think it's a very good opportunity also to network and good presentations. So I'm looking forward to the next day and a half.
Thank you very much for your time and have a great rest of the day here.
Okay, thank you very much.